In this video, we're going to be installing the Banks PedalMonster and Idash on our Ram 3500. Let's check this stuff out. We've got it ready to go and ready to install. So we're going to be installing this on our 2020 Ram 3500 Cummins. So I've got everything laid out here in the back of our Dodge Dakota, just so that I can show you guys how it all works. You can install these independently of themselves. So the PedalMonster is going to remove that pedal lag that we have and feel on the factory configuration. And there's a bunch of settings. You can connect this to your phone via Bluetooth, so you get all the same adjustability, but you also can connect it to Banks's Idash. So the Idash plugs right into your OBD2 port, gives you all kinds of data, and you can use diagnostics, check your check engine lights, all that stuff on the Idash. It simply plugs into your OBD2 port. You don't have to do any extra wiring, but this can actually tie into that. And they give you this one plug here that plugs into the PedalMonster on the top. And then both of them work together. You can adjust your pedal from the Idash. So we're gonna install them both together. And you can also get one of these pod mounts for your vehicle so that you can just simply bolt it onto your A-pillar and you're ready to go for a clean installation. So here's all the stuff. I'm gonna show you guys how to install it. Banks is really good about giving you pretty much everything you need. We've got some cutters here, the Allen key, and our bolt, also that we can use the pod for the A-pillar mount. So let's start getting some stuff rigged up. This is pretty simple. Again, on this, it's just plug and play, but I'll show you every single step. Let's go. Okay, so first step, we're gonna have to pop off these two covers. So just get a flat screwdriver or a plastic trim tool, get behind these and lift them up carefully till they reveal the 10mm bolts in there. Bolts, 10mm bolts out. You're gonna pull down on this. You might have a tab that holds this thing on. Mine does not appear to have it, but sometimes there's like a clip that slides in here and kind of holds this from falling down. Mine's really easy to take out. So what we are gonna have to do though is modify down here. So I'll show you guys exactly where we're gonna cut. Essentially, we're cutting this bridge out right here. They give you the cutters to do it, but it's so that we can pass the connectors through. And then this here, this cap, this is gonna be removed. So you don't have to wreck it or anything like that. We're just gonna pop that out. So kind of squeeze this little T here so that we can pass this through. Okay, so I just kind of folded that over and that allowed it to pass through and come out. And this piece is gonna sit like this on the A-pillar. So it fits perfectly in where we just took that cap off. And if you look here, you're gonna see that hole. So that's where we're cutting out so that we can pass the wires through for the Idash. So with the provided cutters, we are gonna trim this out right here. Cut the plastic so that we can pass the connector through. Okay, so we've got that section cut out there. So now I was just test fitting stuff, but we can pass these two plugs through here and through our actual pod so that they can connect to the gauge. All right, so both of our cables that we need are through the gauge pod. So now we'll go ahead, install the A-pillar on the truck, and then we can put our bolt through. So we've got this Allen head bolt, and then we're gonna use the Allen key to tighten it down. We're not gonna use the 10mm head bolt. We'll still use the 10mm head bolts on the top one, but I'll show you guys once we get it on the truck. So we're gonna pop this panel out of here. This just pops straight up, so I'll just use a pry tool, pop that out of there. And then this will give us a nice run down through here where we can run all of our cables. All right, so we've got our cables just roughed in right there. And then we are starting to install our Allen head bolt right here. Just getting it kind of snugged in just so that it'll hold it in place. That clip right here will kind of hold the plastic in place while you kind of get everything roughly sorted out. I am going to be getting black A-pillar plastic as well. If you guys have been following along at all, you'll know that we changed this from a tradesman to full-on limited at this point, but there are some pieces that I haven't found yet. Sun visors, A-pillar plastics, and you can see the B-pillar and all that stuff. So we still gotta change some stuff, but once we get it swapped out, this Banks will match our black plastics here. Okay, so we've got this snugged up. We've got our 10mm bolt there. This can get reinstalled. The bottom one we're gonna keep off, as you guys could imagine. So this will snug that guy up. And then we can wiggle this out. It is kind of nice that they give us this ball head tip here on our Allen key, because you can get in here on that angle and tighten it up pretty nicely. So it's nice and secure. Let's go ahead, we'll get our Idash on there, and then we can continue on running our cabling. So we've got our 2 plugs connected, seated, make sure they click in place. And we will get this, make sure you like the orientation, that it is nice and flat, and we'll go ahead and push that in. Next up, as you can imagine, is the PedalMonster. So it's got 2 connectors here. You can see it's got the male and female connectors. So this is going to sit in line right between our pedal. So one side is going to go to the vehicle harness, the other side will go to the pedal. This will sit in between, and that's going to be giving us that enhanced pedal. So where you're going to find that is you're going to get underneath here, and if you look right there, that is the connector that we're getting. So this connector right here, that's the one we're going to unplug, and we're going to plug that harness right in there. All right, so it's a little tight in here, but hopefully you guys can see this is the Banks harness. It's plugged in. So we got it plugged into the body side and on to the pedal side. So like I mentioned, this sits in here. One side goes to the body, the other side goes to your pedal. Make sure that red locking tab on the pedal side is clicked in. Make sure all of your connectors are fully seated. You hear them click, and then we can go to fastening the module. Okay, so this part is of course optional, but there's 2 screws that hold your kick panel or knee panel in place on the bottom, and then the rest just pops off with these speed clips here. It gives you a little bit more access to everything. And then I just brought this over to here so that I can start dressing in my wires. So this wire here, I'm gonna plug into our Monster pedal module. And then this one, we're gonna route over to our OBD2 port that's mounted to the bottom of this panel. I have seen some people get some OBD2 splitters just so that they can tuck this away. So if that's you guys, you can get one of those as well, but I'm gonna plug it into the factory one right there. All right, so here's my install. So the excess, I chose to just band it up here and then put a tie wrap there. My module, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a felt wrapped wire harness up here, and I tie wrapped it to that. Here we go. This is installed into our OBD2 port, so we're good there. So now I can put this kick panel up, and then we can reinstall this cover, and then everything should be online. All right, so this is what we're gonna see when she boots up, and then we're gonna go through a few quick settings here. So let's go over here, and then if we go down, we're gonna go down to settings, enter that menu, vehicle selection standard, and we'll set this up Stellantis. We're gonna go Ram 6.7, rebooting device. So now it's set up for a vehicle. So let's go over here for just a second. And so you can change your gauge layout. So however many gauges that you want it to have on here, all the way up to 8. So what we just had it on was the 8 setting, but you can set it up for, 2 gauges, whatever you want, you can set it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and we'll set it up for 8. Or you can see here, it's already recognized PedalMonster combo. So let's click that. So now we've got our PedalMonster, and we've got 4 gauges there. So right now the pedal is set up for stock, and it's asking for a pedal calibration. All right, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna hit this arrow. We're gonna go down to Banks module settings. We're gonna hit this right arrow, PedalMonster, so it's found it. We're gonna hit that arrow there. So environment set to stock. So what we're gonna do here is, it says calibrate incomplete. We're gonna hit that. Do you want to continue? Yes. Depress gas pedal completely. So essentially it's telling you to floor it. So there we go. And then we're gonna let off. Depress gas pedal completely. And then we're gonna let off. Calibrate complete. Download mobile app for the latest features. And that's it. So now we got our calibration, and then we can do environment. So we've got all these settings here. So stock, city, sport, track. Let's go back to the main screen here. And now we should be able to push up and down to change our setting. So now we're in city, and you can keep going up. So it's got all these levels, which is 10 levels. And as you get to the 10th level, it goes on to sport, all the way up, track, and then obviously track at 10 is the maximum sensitivity that we can run this thing at. So if you push up, it doesn't cycle back to city, so we'll have to go all the way down if we want to go down. So obviously stock is stock, we all know that. Let's try, just for the essence of time, let's go ahead and let's try city at the max, and we'll just do each setting at the max. How about that? So that we can try city, sport at the max, and then track at the max, just see the difference. All right, the other thing we want to maybe mess with before we get going here is gauge layout. We already set it at the bottom to PedalMonster combo. So gauge selection though, what gauges do we want on there? RPM, I don't really care for RPM on the gauge because I've got my RPM right there. Let's get into some cooler stuff. So category or group, and then you can set all sorts of stuff. So your fuel, your air, emissions, diagnostics, all kinds of stuff. So these are your different things here. So for me, let's get into some transmission stuff or our boost. So pressure, that's definitely going to be a boost somewhere. So there we go. Boost pressure, let's put that right at the top. 2, speed, I got a speedo. Let's change that. So category, let's go ahead and let's see, temperature. What temperatures do we have in here? Intake air, coolant temp, transmission fluid would be helpful, although we do have it over there already. Do we have any of, let's see, exhaust gas temp? That would be helpful. So let's see if it will read that. That would definitely be a helpful thing to know. So load, not really big on just a load one, but again, let's go into transmission for a second. Torque converter slip, that might be an interesting one to put. And then engine coolant temperature, again, I already have it on my regular gauges, so let's get it on there. Let me see what I want for my last one and I'll show you guys. All right, so this is what I decided to put here. So I've got exhaust back pressure. So I'm gonna see if that one will work. I'm not sure if this will work. I don't even know if this has the proper sensor. I'll be completely honest with you guys. But those are the 4. So I've got boost, exhaust gas temperature, and then we've got torque converter slip, and then exhaust gas pressure. So one more thing I will show you guys. You'll notice that it changed to blue and white because the limited gauge cluster is blue and white. So you guys can set that. Where was it? Settings. And then color theme, blue, white. I don't know what black ops is. Oh, kind of looks like that. It's kind of cool look too, actually. So you can change it to whatever you'd like. So I'm gonna go back to the blue and white. There's a bunch of settings here if you guys are curious. Black ops, green, amber black, blue, green. I mean, pretty much black ops, red, pretty much every color under the sun is here. Black ops blue, maybe try that. That one's kind of cool too. So either way, there's that. Wake up sensitivity, units, shutdown type. Let's see what shutdown type is. Standard, restore settings. So let's go try this thing out. So one of the unique features, which I'm sure you guys have heard, is that in reverse it goes back to stock. It's a patented thing by Banks so that you don't have an extreme pedal when you're in reverse. All right, and right away, even on city, on 10, you guys, you can tell a big difference. So in the white is how much I'm pressing the pedal. The red is how much it's delivering. So if that makes any sense to you, essentially I'm only pressing as much as you see in the white, but it is amplifying it to where you see as if I was pressing my pedal down to the red right there. Essentially I'm pushing on my pedal like an eighth, and it's giving me pretty much a quarter is kind of my rough math on that. But definitely feels a lot spicier. Yeah, it's noticeable. Even on city and 10, you can definitely feel it. It's not nearly as lazy as before. So we'll give her a bit of sauce. Oh man, yeah. I barely even pressed on it. I felt like I pushed on it a quarter and it gave me a half. So even city in 10 is spicy. Oh yeah, this feels way better, you guys. So much better. It feels a million times better. I don't even know how to say it. I know technically it's like not adding power, but it just adds to the feel of everything so much more. All right, so one of the cool things is we can change this on the fly. As long as our foot is off the pedal, you can change it. So if I let off, I can press this up. So let's put it on Sports 10. Now I can get back on the throttle. So now, oh yeah, I'm barely touching it, you guys, and she is ripping. So you'll see my throttle input here. Obviously, we're not gonna do a feet picture here, but you can see there in the white is what I'm pressing. And it's giving me a lot more than what I'm pressing as far as delivering it to the computer. Oh yeah, she's spicy. She is spicy. I feel like I pressed my foot like maybe halfway, which I think I did in white, and it just ripped. Okay, so foot off the pedal. Let's go ahead and turn this thing up to full track mode. I know this is gonna be spicy, so let's try it. So just lightly pressing on the pedal. Yeah, we're giving it like not even a quarter of a throttle, and we're well over, like, look. That's how much pedal it's giving it. When we give it a little bit input, that's how much it's delivering. All right, guys, so that's gonna be a wrap for our Banks Idash and PedalMonster install. Honestly, that thing made a huge difference, and I will link everything down below where you guys can get that stuff. Like I said, you can purchase them independently of each other, but the two of them together makes for a nice combo. You got all the buttons there where you can adjust your PedalMonster right there on the fly rather than picking up your phone and doing it from there. But two go really well together, and really happy that I put that on. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. Check out the other videos on the channel. Give it a thumbs up before you take off. See you guys in the next video.